Hello friends, in the present video, we will talk about one more method called Westergaard's. Westergaard's. Let us say, we'll say about Westergaard's equation. How we can find out stress at a point by using this equation. And what did I told you? First, the three things are important. What are the assumptions? What is the equation? And it is applicable for which type of soils. The assumptions are similar to the Boussinesq method, so homogeneous isotropy, and also we will say it as a semi-infinite. Now, it is suitable for, this is most important point, this Westergaard equation is suitable for stratified layers and varved clays. Stratified layers and varved clays. So, because of these types only, this Westergaard's is the most suitable. So, these are called as a sedimentary soils. These are also called as a sedimentary soils. That means, suppose if you are talking about any ground surface, below the ground surface, the soil should be in the form of layers. How the sedimentary means? The soil is transported from one place to the another place. As they are transported, they will form it like in a layer wise. Even though it is not look like exactly, but we will consider it in a layers way, very, very close to each other. Okay. So if this is so, and if you are applying some load Q on the soil, then by using this method, the stress will be found out as by using Q divided by Z square into 1 divided by pi into 1 divided by 1 plus 2 into R by Z whole square whole to the power 3 by 2. See, there is very small difference compared to this method and the Boussinesq method. So you have to remember which relation or which equation is corresponding to Boussinesq and the Westergaard's, so that you will not commit mistake in the exam. All the parameters are same, like Q is nothing but a load acting on the surface, Z is nothing but a point from the surface where you are considering the stress, R is nothing but a radial distance from point to the plane where you are going to find. Okay, and in this we will have to see one more relation, that is, if you are taking the relationship between R by Z, if you are getting R by Z as less than 1.5, that means the radial distance to the depth of the point, then Boussinesq equation gives larger values compared to Westergaard's equation. So instead of writing this simply, what I'll say sigma z corresponding with Boussinesq, I don't write complete name. Okay, this is greater than the normal stress because of the Westergaard's. Easy to remember and easy to by heart. So you have to just remember these equations. How this came and all this is none of your business. No one will ask us in the GATE exam, prove why it is so. No one will ask. Only the thing is you have to by heart it. Suppose if your R by Z value it is coming 1.5, then it is observed that whatever the stress you are finding by using Boussinesq theory, it is coming equal to the stress because of the Westergaard's theory. Suppose if your R by Z value is coming greater than 1.5, then it is observed that your sigma Z because of the Boussinesq theory is coming less than stress because of the Westergaard's theory. These are just observations based on the relations given by Boussinesq and the Westergaard's. So simply by heart them. So tell me which one comes first, B or W? B will comes first. So 1.5. If it is less than 1.5, remember that Bose-Einstein will give the larger values. If it is 1.5, both will give the same result. If it is greater than 1.5, Bose-Einstein will give the lesser values compared to the Westergaard's method. So only the thing is, you have to by heart these relations. See, one more time I am explaining. What is the normal stress because of the Bose-Einstein? If you do recall it, 3q divided by z square into 3 divided by 2 pi into 1 divided by 1 plus r by z whole square whole to the power 5 by 2. This is based on the Bose-Einstein theory. What about because of the Westergaard's theory? Normal stress at any point that can be written as q divided by z square into 1 divided by pi into 1 divided by 1 plus 2 into r by z whole square whole to the power 3 by 2. This is based on the Westergaard's theory. See, q by z square is same, but instead of 3 pi in Bose-Einstein, here it is 1 by pi. Instead of r by z whole square, it is 2 into r by z whole square. Instead of 5 by 2, here it is 3 by 2. So don't confuse in the exam. Just remember these equations. What if it is a Bose-Einstein theory and what is the equation for the Westergaard's equation? By heart it so many times such that you will not commit any mistake. Okay. In the next video, we'll solve an example based on the Westergaard's theory. Thank you.